She was walking around, and we had a lot of Anglo-Americans, and I put her in front of the room, and they said, "Why do you put this lady? She can't even speak English." All right? And when she got up and did the presentation, everybody would say, "When can she do the next presentation?" All right? That's how good she is. All right? She's that good. Then we took her to Atlanta. She did over $150,000 worth of business in one weekend. Her and Velma. You remember that, Velma? Oh man, I fell in love with Sunshine and Velma. Because the more money they make, I was vice president, the more money I make, right? These ladies are tough, man. Her and Velma, a great team of partnership. But I love working with Sunshine. She's got a good heart. You're not going to outwork her. And guys, she started this meeting. Doc and I just heard her, we're not her slaves, but we do what Sunshine tells us to do. But she started this meeting, all right? So I want to present to you one of the best networkers, one of the best people. She took me out for my birthday to the island spot on Sunday, and I was just so happy, right? But I want to present to someone and introduce the Sunshine Stanford. Come on up, please.
All right. Yay.
Thank you, Efren.
You're welcome.
You inspire me. You're hardworking too.
Thank you.
In the middle of the night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we call each other, plan for the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, the best is coming in. This company is built on faith, family, and freedom. Freedom that you will not struggle from paycheck to paycheck. Freedom if you have money to take care of your families. Freedom for yourself first, for your family first, and then freedom for the other people that you love around. Freedom that we will not be operating in lack, but in surplus and over and above. That what is blessed with us through Enfiniti Global, we can bless other people. The gentleman that I'm gonna bring over here, I have met in this Enfiniti Global. His heartbeat is for the people, for them to make money. He has a great faith, and he has that fear in our big God that someday he will meet, and he said he will do it right. So ladies and gentlemen, let me bring you Mr. Mark Burnett, Presidential Founder of Enfiniti Global.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. You are the best. You are the princess. You are the princess. Oh, I had a long drive here, a long day. I'm really happy to be here, though. I'm very honored to be here. So, I'm going to talk to everybody. Can I take this off? I hate the monkey suits, but it's corporate thing. You know? I was actually a little humbled because I'm sitting in the back of the room, and honestly, for the first time, probably in the last 2 years, I actually really listened to the speakers. I took notes. I was listening to Ephraim, and I was taking notes down. Ephraim's been telling me for about a year, I guess almost a year now, right, Ephraim? Mm-hmm. How great Dr. JR is as a speaker, how good his team is. And I've been so busy and I've been so wrapped up in corporate stuff, right? Trying to get all that right that I'm just taking Ephraim for his word, right? Because Ephraim's a good man, he's an honest man, I trust Ephraim. And I tell everybody all the time, I said, you know what? The only time I'm the smartest guy in the room is when I'm alone. I'm not laughing, it's true. I believe it. I said, but you know what? I have to give myself a little bit of credit for this one, Ephraim. Because I had an opportunity when I started this thing. And the company said, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? And we're in this pre-launch thing, and the reason we're in this pre-launch thing, and the reason it's so drug out, is because we had to make a decision a couple of months ago. Do we hold back and not tell the country about Enfiniti Global, or do we take a leap of faith and do we go out there and do we go get Ephraim? Because the truth is, it fell on my shoulders. The company bought into my model and Roger Hill, the model that we had put together, which is this no pay to play. I remember sitting in my home office I got a pair of shorts on, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning, I think. And I call Roger and I say, no pay to play. I said, what's that? I said, we're gonna start this no pay to play, and it's gonna spread like wildfire. And I called the company at that time that I was with, and I said, print up 10,000 buttons and put no pay to play on there. And they say, hey, that's a good idea. It sounds good. And it's funny now when I hear people say it, because it's we coined a phrase. It's true, and it really started to take root and grow. So I'm jumping around here, but the company said, what do you want to do? I said, I want Ephraim McDaniels. I said, I want to launch this thing prematurely so I don't lose that man. He's the guy, right? How many people in this room are rich? Don't be shy. Rich, I mean, you got, besides, we all know you're rich, Norm. So I mean, you got enough money, like Ephraim says, that you can wake up when your eyes open, right? You don't have to worry about anything, right? How many people can really, truly say that, right? Well, when I want money, right? If I want something, and I want financial freedom, or I want financial security, how am I going to get that, right? Who am I going to listen to? Who am I going to look up to? Who am I going to do that with, right? What book are you going to read when you want to learn something? You want to learn about math, you read a math book. You want to be a poet, you study English, right? Well, how do I sell millions of recs? We go to the expert. Who's the rec expert? Ephraim McDaniels, right? I surround myself with people that are smarter than me. This guy's done it, right? So you don't understand how blessed you are in this room right now, because if you truly want to become financially free and independent, you don't have to do anything but move into his house. I tell you. Right? If I wasn't in the position I'm in, well, think about it. In my position, what did I do? I went after Ephraim McDaniels. There's a guy who's done it before. I want to make $1 million. I'm going to go to the guy that made the $1 million and say, how do I do that? Right? That's the guy. That's why this company launched months and months and months prematurely, so we wouldn't lose Ephraim McDaniel to some other crazy network marketing gig. That's why we did it. So, Ephraim, I feel I love you, man. You're a class act, your team. Doc, it was the first time I really sat down and had a chance to listen to you. I was blown away. You did a great job. Nothing against Roger, but I learned things from you. Roger's great at what he does, but you had a way of just putting it out there that was so simple. So the heart of this company, right? About 5 years ago, I joined an energy company, and I paid the $179 to join, and it was a typical network marketing company. And it was the same old thing. You go into a room, and a guy stands up in front of the room, and he's dressed nice, and you size him up, and this guy must have a lot of money, right? Probably lives in a multi-million-dollar house. He's a rich guy, and then he tells all of you what you're going to do and how you're going to make the money, and we put the slideshow up, right? The charts and all that crap. Right? and everybody in the audience, right, who doesn't have $5 million in the bank, right, like Norm, we're all sitting here saying, well, we just want the money. We just want what this person has, even though the guy's probably a snake oil salesman, he's really broke, right? But he's making something to give you the spiel, the pitch. So not having a network marketing background myself for years, I never trusted network marketing. I never liked network marketing. I had a bad experience in network marketing. But one thing I did know was I knew how to make money. I knew that. So a couple of years ago when I had the opportunity to join an energy company, and I think, Doc, you were talking about Warren Buffett. If Warren Buffett tells me, right, that energy deregulation is the greatest transfer of wealth in America, right, and I'm trying to be Warren Buffett, right, or more like this man in the sense of his financial, right, his finances and what he's done in his life, I'm going to listen to that guy. So despite not liking network marketing, I joined an energy company, right? And I call it the grace of God that I was able to advance through the ranks. I was able to see all the nonsense that was going on. I was able to see how they were lying, stealing, and cheating, you know, how their compensation plans were crime scenes. I saw them because, hey, I'm the typical middle-aged, white, all-American, right? So these executives just welcome you right in. Come on in, right? Come on in. And they opened up a little bit, right? Now, what they didn't understand about me is number one, you can't buy me with money, right? There's more important things in life than money, right? So we got to answer to somebody when we die for what we did while we're here. So I'll take your money and I'll learn your business, right? I said, but ultimately you're not going to be able to buy me, right? Because I'm still that fireman. I was a fireman. I was a policeman. I was an EMT. You know, I remember where I came from. I'm a blue-collar guy. I've always been that guy. So you're not going to buy me, but I learned the industry. I watched and I learned. And after a while, I got to see how it was just so backwards. It wasn't about people. It's about making money. It was about starting companies, building companies, selling companies. And then the attitude was, well, if the people get hurt, we covered our butts with our policies and procedures, right? You know, I had one guy tell me at one point in time, it was about Ephraim. Ephraim's making a bunch of money, and he joins this company, and we're working together. And the president of the company, I go to him and I say, you realize if you don't follow through on everything you said you're going to do, this man, Ephraim, at the time, he's going to lose over $10,000 a month, right? So the guy turns around and he says to me, well, that's his problem. So that's the president of an energy company. I'm going to tell you how God works, how funny this is. That company he was the president of did close to $850 million. 6 months after he makes that comment to me, that company loses almost $400 million, and his butt was fired. Right? Karma. So my point is, I've been with enough of these guys. I've been with enough of the bad ones. So I said, I want to change the way network marketing is done, right? Because I want to be an advocate for the people. I want to stop the bleeding, the hemorrhaging. I want to stop the lies. But the problem is, it's too good to be true, right? Because when you come into a meeting like this, you're expecting to hear this, right? So when I talk to people, I try to be a little different, so you don't, wherever you see me, you're not hearing the same thing, because I don't want to be that guy who's trying to, convince you to do something that you don't want to do. So the idea was the no pay to play and making it free for people was the way to go. But then I hit this barrier about 2 years ago, because like I said, people thought this is too good to be true. This is too good to be true. That's why when you see Ephraim up here, you see Doc up here, you see him excited, you see him jumping around. When you get it, when you realize it's true, when you realize it's not like some other network marketing company where it's a lottery ticket, right? Like Ephraim said, there's guys in this room who have made $600,000 doing this rec deal, right? But understand this. They made $600,000 doing this rec deal with some shady companies, okay? So think about this. Ephraim was the lottery ticket. That's true. But what we've done, what we've given you with Enfiniti Global right now, right, is the opportunity that you don't have to be a superstar. You don't have to be special. You don't have to be an Ephraim McDaniels, 20 years in network marketing to do it. We eliminated all the nonsense, guys. I want you to understand. And we leveled the playing field. Anybody can do it now.
That's right.
Okay? When I went and I talked to these energy companies, they said, are you crazy? Mike, you got this company, you started this company. Why don't you be a good guy? Don't charge $400 a month, charge $99 a month. So over the last couple of years in doing this, Roger and I probably put maybe 25,000 people into the organization. What would have happened if I was a good guy and I just charged everybody $100? I would have made a lot of money, wouldn't I? Right? So the company says to me, how are you going to do this? How are you going to get paid? What are you going to do? I said, what do you mean, how am I going to get paid? I'm going to walk the walk. I'm going to talk the talk. I'm going to do it all. I'm going to get in the trenches with the people, and I'm going to build. That's what I'm going to do. Because if you lead by example and you do the right thing and people follow you, right? you don't have to worry about all the rest of the nonsense. If we build people, if we build a company that's about people, that's for people, then people won't even be able to hear what we're saying because they're going to see what we're doing, right? There's a lot of people, a lot of big leaders out there that have been sitting around waiting. They want to join the company, but they're waiting to see what's going to happen. They're waiting to see if this is really going to take off and skyrocket. Now, obviously, we know it is. We know it is. This has been a 5-year quest for me, fighting for this model. When I first met with Enfiniti Global, before I called Ephraim, I got a phone call from Patrick Bernard. He told me that this company was looking to do this model, and I thought, here we go. I'm going to go in here and tell this energy company, I'm going to go tell the $1 billion guys that I want to do a free model and I want them to pay for it, and we're not going to rape, kill, murder, steal from anybody, right? And they're going to tell me I'm nuts. Well, when I got to Enfiniti Global, the parent company in Trust Energy, they already had made up their mind. They hired a consulting company. They paid some consulting company $50,000 to tell them how to run a network marketing energy company. What do you think the consulting company told them? They told them the same thing they told everyone else before them, right? They probably went and dusted off the report, changed the date, took the 50 grand, whatever it was, and handed it to them and said, this is how you do it, right? And they were sold. They had delusions of grandeur. Oh man, so we're going to invest $5 million, and in 5 years we're going to make $30 million. This is good. Okay, right? Who wants to give us $5 million for $30 million, right? Everybody wants to do that, right? And then I showed up. So I get there, and I bring Roger Hill and my partner Roger. We get in there, and we're in the boardroom. Now, they don't like Roger and I in the boardroom. They don't like us because I'm like a union rep for the people. It's like having a shop steward in there, right? You're going to do what? I don't think so. You're not going to do that. So we had to actually fight because they had made up their mind that they were going to be the good guys. They were only going to charge $100 instead of $400. And we had to convince them that, guys, trust me on this. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Have some faith. If you do the right thing, like nobody before you has done, what do you think's going to happen? All the marbles are going to roll to your end of the table. All the people are going to come. They can't not come. Right? My former business partner, Scott Turner, Ephraim, you'll appreciate this. Talked to Scott for an hour and a half in the car, buddy, before coming down here. He's up at North American Power. He sits down with Curry Breitbart, CEO of North American Power. Right? And Curry says to him, we got this wonderful deal, we're doing this. Scott, my former partner, very honest guy in the boardroom. He said, well, I have a critique. The way I critique network marketing companies on 6 categories. He goes, you guys in NAP are an A+ on 5 categories. He said, but the problem is your compensation plan stinks. Okay? He says, what's going to happen is Enfiniti Global is going to launch with the Roger Hill, we call it the RH factor, with the RH comp plan, right, that pays everybody from the bottom to the top, and they're going to kick your butt. That's what he told him. He just told me a couple hours ago. I laughed. I said, I can't believe you told him that. It's going to happen. It's true. But these guys are so set in their ways, the way they do business, that can you imagine now? I mean, the playing field is level. Nobody's trying to beat you. Nobody's trying to steal from you. Nobody's trying to lie to you. Nobody wants your credit cards. And you've got the best team in the company. I put all my money on black, Ephraim, pardon the pun. All my money on black. I said, Ephraim McDaniels, Dallas, Doc, Norm Scott, who else? Sunshine, Alfredo. This team is going to lead the company, and they're going to lead the company in the U.S., they're going to lead the company global. You too, David, a windmill master, a wind turbine master. So you've got such an awesome opportunity here. And the company, 100% committed. This company has done everything they've told me they're going to do. Everything they've committed to, they have done. They have hired the best people in the business. And after working with 3 previous energy companies that I've been involved in with the launch, this company has outspent all of them, up to this point. And if any of you, I know a lot of you have